AFTV Stricto threw it away today, didn't we? 2-0 up, cruising really, and then fair play to Villa. They came back with 2 great goals, but we threw it away.
Yeah, we did, man. Like you said, we were so relaxed, 2-0 up. Not in my wildest dreams did I see that coming. But they do say 2-0 is one of the most dangerous leads in football, you know, because it gives you that full sense of confidence that, you know, you can cruise, but once a goal goes in, it gives the other team the ascendancy, and we saw that today. I honestly didn't know where them goals came from, you know, like we was just cruising, and then the next minute our goals come, and then now everyone's nervous, techie, because, you know, we don't have the squad, you know, and you couldn't even argue that maybe Villa's bench, you know, brought them back in the game. You know, Digne didn't start. He comes in, whips in a great cross. Partey could have done better in the position he was in, and, you know, they scored, you know, and here we are, you know, back to square one again, you know. It hurts, Robbie, I ain't gonna lie to you, it hurts. Because they weren't like they were pressing us, they weren't like they were doing anything that deserved 2 goals. But I suppose how things are in the Premier League, you don't really have to. That's why the Premier League is probably the most watched league in the world.
No team today that played at home won. It's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, well, there you go, you know. But how many teams had a 2-0 lead? I want to know.
True.
That's where we fucked it up, you know.
City had a 2-0 lead the other night. Even they lost it. I mean, listen, like you said, it's a dangerous scoreline. What did we do wrong? Do you think it was that? Do you think we just got too relaxed, or is it just the quality of what they did?
I think it's a mixture of things. You know, I think, like I said, 2-0 being dangerous, sometimes it's hard to sort of know how to play at 2-0. Do you try to get the third, or do you sit back and sort of just, or the third option, or do you manage the game? You know, but sometimes when you're managing the game, it can invite unwanted pressure, you know. So it's I mean, there was a point I remember they had a corner that we cleared, and Martinelli had the field. He had the field. This guy is some headless guy sometimes. He's going spiraling to the side, not looking up. At that point, we could have had an opportunity. That's what I'm not saying we was going to score. We could have had an opportunity. But he's got his head down, going sideways like there's weights in his pocket. Like, I don't know. Listen, he scored. I'm happy for him. You know, I think, you know, he does come under a lot of criticism from me as well. But, you know, he scored, and that's all I can ask, you know what I'm saying? But the management, the game management, man, the game management, you know. Times like this, I do think we miss Xhaka, you know, because he's perfect in these sort of situations, because he conducts, he calms players down, you know, he'll go down, win those free kicks that will annoy the opposition, stuff like that, the little dark arts, you know, just to take the intensity off, you know. And we just didn't have that. And, you know, I thought today as well, Trossard, he played probably the best game I've seen him play this season. You know, he was very bullyish. You know, he wanted it today. You know, but just such a shame. And what about the goal? I haven't even what I saw.
They showed it on the screen, and it looked inconclusive.
Everybody went crazy.
But we do know. Listen, I've not seen it back. But the one thing we do know this season, if it touches your hand at all and then goes in, it's disallowed. So that's the rules.
I mean, those rules that I remember Joe Linton against Spurs at White Hart Lane, the ball, I mean, it's not exactly different. It's not exactly the same play, but it's a handball that gives an advantage, right?
Yeah, but I think if you take a shot and it hits someone's hand at all, whether it be deliberate, whether it be accident or whatever, they just automatically disallowed it. So,
I mean that's what it is. It's fine margins, but the truth is, 2-0 up at home, crowd buzzing. We should never be sitting here, bruv. When the whistle went, everyone just looked glum.
Stop now.
If you'd have went in a mini coma for those 15 minutes, and you'd have been confused what the fuck just happened. Like, it honestly felt like a defeat, you know. And hearing what Yardman was saying, some of the things he said, he's got valid points. You know, talking about, you know, the Cronkies, talking about, you know, signing players and, you know, especially like, you know, we sell Nketiah and we don't replace him. But we know we've got the money. We've sold Smith Rowe. We know we've got the money. But we haven't signed any forward player. Listen, we don't need one forward player. I said this in my last fan camp. We need several forward players. And that's the issue, because you look at the bench, you've got Sterling coming on, which, in my opinion, I don't think is good enough for Arsenal. I don't think he's Arsenal quality. I'm hoping I'm proved wrong, but I don't think he's Arsenal quality. He comes on, he doesn't protect the ball, he doesn't really offer much. He's just a skeleton of the Sterling that we used to know. You know, that's all it is, which is unfortunate. And that's the difference, because you look at the bench. Listen, there's no one to bring in. There's no one to bring on. You know, literally, there's no one to bring on. Or he could be brave, maybe. He could be brave and bring one of the youth boys on. And listen, we've seen many young players make a name coming on from nowhere. Maybe he could be brave and bring one of them on. I don't know, but he didn't want to risk it. But I don't think this draw today is on Arteta's head. I think you could probably blame it at the players more than anything, because that came from nowhere. We was managing the game. We was managing it. We were managing, and boom, 2-2. And now we go again. Listen, watching Liverpool doesn't convince me. I still think they'll drop points, but the key is to make sure we take advantage when they drop points. Because listen, I don't know, what's the points different now? I don't even do maths anymore. Back to 6.
With a game in hand.
Listen, let's not do game in hands. We do points over game in hands, because anything can happen in game in hand. We've learnt that over these 2 seasons. So, you know, but it's 6 points. Those still drop points, but we've got to win our games. But again, it's difficult with all these injuries, man. It really is.
Thank you.